our video number 2 for this 10-ton air-cooled Advantage chiller set up for a brewery. The compressor and the fan just kicked on, so we're starting to cool. It will cool fairly rapidly because we got very little load on this unit. We have 3 gauges on the front, all checked out and working fine. Right now it shows our pump pressure just shy of 40 psi. Our refrigerant head pressure in that 175 range, and refrigerant low pressure in that 80 range right now, which is right. We're in a room right now that's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 58 degrees Fahrenheit, in a mill building here in October in Massachusetts. So one other thing is we have the coils are in really good shape. There's a couple little things there we're going to comb out before we put on the additional covers, which is a nice little thing that we do. We buy these brand new washable air filters. Those will be on the unit when it leaves here before we crate it up. And between the stainless sheet metal on this design and these covers, it's actually going to be a very sharp looking unit. We put a flow meter on all our test. We use a flow meter in all our testing. Right now, you can see we're at about just shy of 30 GPM as a general rule. About 2.5 GPM, 2.4 GPM per tons of cooling. This being a 10 ton or 10 horsepower. So we're right in the ballpark there. All chillers should have a bypass, and this is going to, I believe this one's going to ship with us here. We have the T on the from process connection and the to process connection, and we have this manual adjustable bypass. If your process is, if you're starting out small and your lines are much smaller, say ½ inch or something like that, which is on the small side, this is a case where you have this open so you can satisfy some flow requirements over the heat exchanger. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit too restrictive and you'd go into low pressure alarm. So we're at about 40 Fahrenheit now, and this is set up. You have the option of inspection-wise to look at both to process temperature and from process temperature. Right now the controller is kind of in technician mode, so we have a bunch of options that our technician can check, like high pressure safety cutout and so forth. We'll change that before it ships, so the main thing that you only can adjust is the set point. But right now, as you can see, the from process is 33 Fahrenheit. That'll default back to the to process temperature momentarily. And we have it set up for Fahrenheit. We should, when you get a few degrees below the set point, or maybe, prior to that, you should hear a hissing, and that's the hot gas bypass engaging. On the screen, it's called bypass unload. Actually, every control is a little bit different. And this one there gets about a degree below set point. Before that turns on, you can hear that hissing. That's the solenoid valve opening up for the hot gas bypass. And this will probably go to 27 or 26 degrees before it turns off. And then it'll go a degree or more above the 30 degree set point before it turns back on. about mid to late morning now, and we'll let it run as we have been. We'll let it run for the rest of the afternoon, and I'll come back later this afternoon to show you it's still running. And at that point, we should have some frost building up on these at these fittings here, which is normal for a brewery application. Lastly, I just want to mention probably 50% glycol mix. When you are chilling down to temperatures like this, you know, a 30-degree set point, there are points in that evaporator slash heat exchanger that are getting down between 30 and 40 degrees less than that. So the fluids in there are seeing temperatures in that 0 degrees F to minus 10 F range. It's for that reason that the freeze protection of the mixture that you put in there is most critical. We have customers who run straight water on temperatures sometimes in 45 Fahrenheit and so forth, and it takes a learning curve for us to educate them that yes, 45 F is not below freezing, but there is freezing taking place in your exchanger, and problems happen when people are running straight water at those temperatures. The point being, for this brewery application here, about 50% glycol mix, possibly 30. All the different types of glycol out there do have different ratings, so check that, and we can help you check that if you'd like. The manual for this unit is posted online with the actual listing at www.kigsales.com. This unit's sold, but if you go into our sold listings for air-cooled chillers and scroll down, the complete PDF manual for this unit, which is actually a very nice manual done by Advantage. We'll keep that on there for a couple of years, actually. And lastly, the inside of the unit here. This is our main contactor. It is 3-phase power. Rotation is critical. So when you first power this unit up, you have to have the cabinet off and somebody inside there looking at the rotation of the pump. That's walked through in the manual. Our fan power comes right off the main contactor here. This contactor and overload is for the pump. That's your freeze stat, will be adjusted accordingly for brewery applications. And that's your low pressure cutout and high pressure cutout. You shouldn't have to adjust that. If you have any questions, call us. And the nice Temp Tech, the nice Advantage / Temp Tech controller. They have their own controls subdivision of their company there now too, which is nice. And this unit was made in Indiana, and that's where it's shipping, which is great. We'll be back for video number 3 in a little bit. Thank you.